is Bina Walker, and I want to talk to you today about working and homeschooling and how it can be done. I know a lot of people basically are just like, how do you work and homeschool? Like, you're super mom. And hearing that is flattering, but it's also like, oh, I am not super mom, trust me. Like, there are moments where I raise my voice and I become like, didn't I just tell you what to do? And anyway, so there's lots of juggling going on, but it is possible. And I really believe the only reason I am able to work and Anthony's able to work and we both homeschool our kids is because we, work at home and we both have like equal duties at our home. We don't have those generalized stereotypical gender roles in our house where I'm the one cooking, cleaning, dusting, blah, blah, like all the things, right? And so like Anthony, he will, make coffee, do the dishes, get the kids ready in the morning or tell them to get ready because they're old enough, and change Eden's diapers and in the morning before he even starts his workday, and he empties the dishwasher. That's I think I've mentioned that twice now, Cody. That's like a win for me. We basically just like have time blocking. And I think when you plan anything, it's very important to sort of give those blocks of time to yourself. So like in the morning before my kids wake up, this is when I, take care of myself. I read my Bible, I do my devotions, and then I go into breakfast time, and then I go into school time, and then I have my work time. I know that one of our friends, they like from 5 to 9 is when they have their like me time and work time. And then from 9 to 1, from 5 to 9, they have their me time, their family time, their breakfast time, their devotion time with their family. Then from 9 to 1, they're working, and then they have a break in there for lunch. And then from 1 to 5, they're, working on something else. And then from 5 to 9, they're with their family. And so really having these like chunks of time really helps you be like, oh, nope, I'm not doing this right now. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be focused. And this really helps you to be intentional too with your time. Time is so incredibly precious. I know that, one of our close family members, they own a business and they are very involved in their family and they have multiple businesses. And so, how do you possibly do that? And so really like waking up before your children is a number one high, amazing recommendation so that you're able to take care of yourself first. If you cannot be full, there's no possible way you can pour into your children. Like there's absolutely no possible way. And so working as a mom, I was working full-time a year ago and it was like absolutely insane. And I was very stressed out. And so now I'm part-time and it like, there are still moments of stress, but if I were to go back full-time, I would basically have to move my chunk, because I used to do like 5 to like 8 in the morning chunk, and then I would do an afternoon chunk, and then I would do it, an evening chunk. And that was a lot for me because then I didn't get any time for myself, and it wasn't sustainable for me at the time, especially because I just gave birth, I have a baby, I was going through postpartum depression, and I just needed to like basically say, hey, I want to be here for my company, but I need to make sure I cut down. And just with other work circumstances, my hours ended up being cut anyway. So it all just kind of worked out. And it was almost like a God thing, because I was thinking about like, how am I going to sustain this? Like my kids are getting older. I want to be more focused. I want to be more intentional. And it just like happened that way, which was so awesome. But anyway, but for like working parents, I know that time blocking is such a, great way to do that. And if your work is flexible, to do that, chunk in the morning, chunk with your kids, chunk of work, chunk with kids, chunk with work, and then, chunk with kids from 5 to 9. People that are outside of the home, I know working outside of the home, I know what they do is they either have like a caretaker or some kind of nanny, or they have like their mother or father or aunt or uncle or friend stay with the kiddos during the day, and then they school at home, or they just have their kids, if they're old enough to stay home by themselves, have playtime or do their independent work. And then in the evenings, they do their one-on-one lessons, or they do school on Saturday or Sunday. School does not have to be Monday through Friday, 9 to 3:30 every single day. My goodness, we've done school on Saturdays. We like to do history and science on Saturdays and Sundays, because it's like, it's like a slower kind of day. Like, why not? Why can't we do school? Like, there is no rule out there that says that you can't do that. And so having those time blocks and learning that you can, as you're working, Monday and through Friday can be your light days, and then you can have your full school days on the weekends. Like, school does not obviously take 9 to 3:30, and if you're schooling your first, second, third, fourth, fifth grader, school should be less than like 4 hours for your kids, and you can do that during the week. You can bunch that up in a big old block on the weekends, and then your kids can have fun during the week, or do reading, or do their art, or do their building work, or do their STEM work, or their engineering work, or do their penmanship, things that don't necessarily need you to be right there. And for instance, when I'm in my meetings, Anthony's here with his door open, and I'm obviously here with my door open. I have my meetings when my kiddo is actually taking a nap, and then my fifth grader is there doing her work, her independent work, and Samuel and Jam, they're playing trains upstairs. They're playing, like blocks or whatever, and I keep my door open, so they're able to come to me if there is an issue. And they know like to do sign language if there's an issue, and I have that flexibility to be like, oh, I need to step away for a second, And so it is hard, but it definitely can be done. And, kudos to you for those who are working and wanting to homeschool. Like, you obviously have a passion, and you have this like inner calling that you want to give your kids something other than what is being offered in public education or private education. And you think that you can do it, and you can. I rely on that verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it's a promise. Like, I need to encourage myself. And yeah, I have low moments, and I have my sister to call, or my best friends to call and be like, I need prayer. I'm really having this issue, or I just need to talk this out. And, having your community to really be there for each other, I think is really important when you're homeschooling, and finding that support. And also in that co-op, like finding a co-op and doing things with them has really helped as a working parent to figure out how other people do it. I know that there's a couple Facebook groups too for working parents that, you can join, that has helped me out with just different situations. And I know that some companies have you have to have childcare during working hours if your kids are homeschooling. And so, there are options out there to have childcare for your kiddos, and then you can just homeschool your kids after the fact. Anyways, comment down below and let me know what the kind of tactics that you guys use. Have you tried time blocking? I know that really works for me. And do you have a busy meeting basket for your kiddos? I know that I do. I have on my dining table, I have plus blocks, and I have other things for them to do, and art supplies for them to kind of have at it. And let me know, and and I'm here for you. Find me in the comments. We'll chat it out together. And it is definitely a journey. And I think for your children, seeing that you can have this working lifestyle, and then you can balance it out with your home and your kiddos and your family, and having that work-life balance, I think, is really important to teach at a young age. But anyway, subscribe, and we will talk to you guys soon, and talk to you guys later. Bye.